Dreams are like angels, they keep at bay. Love is the light, scaring darkness away.
So, I am running out of time to tell my dad the truth. I'm now 6 months pregnant. And although I'm not super big, I am showing. I wear loose shirts and dresses. My poor dad just thinks I am gaining weight. One day, Gideon came to the house because I had a strong craving for Maxwell's jerk chicken from over there on Roosevelt. When I called him, he sounded out of breath when he answered the phone. "Hey, babe," I said. "Seth, what is it?" Okay, so the fact that he didn't say hi let me know he was busy and didn't really have time to talk to me. But I really had a monster craving, so I trudged on. "Gideon, I'm hungry." "Where are you? Are you at the house? Just tell Teresa, she'll make you food." "I'm not at the house. I'm at my dad's." "And there's nothing there to eat?" he asked. "Yeah, just not what I want." I could hear him exhale on the phone. I smiled. I can tell y'all this. My cravings were driving him crazy. "Sophia, I can't stop right now." He had that tone in his voice. That one that said I was being a nuisance, and that just really made me mad because it wasn't my fault. This thing was happening to my pregnant body, okay? "I'm glad you have a choice," I told him. Then I hung up the phone. Seconds later, he called back. "Shalom," I said in my "I am mad at you" voice. He was speaking in full Spanish. This was something he did whenever he got really angry. I just held the phone to my ear and cleaned the golden bracelet on my right wrist with my polishing rag. I could now understand some of what he was saying. He called me spoiled. I understood that. And something about having a taste for something new every few minutes. He went on the same rant just last night when I got a taste for Ed's 24-hour donuts. Of course, I got this craving at about 2 a.m. and Mr. Grumpy didn't want to get it for me. So here we go, a full Spanish verbal assault. "You know what, Gideon? You act like I have control over this thing. I get the cravings, and it's like I need that. Only that. The hunger grows in me by the minute. I didn't make myself like this. This happens to every pregnant woman. It happened to Nuria and Stormy, and I'm pretty sure their husbands gladly went to get them food when their hungry wives got a craving. Because, you know, what husband is okay with his wife being hungry, his pregnant wife being hungry?" Now, ladies, I know that was low. They say you should never compare your man to another man, especially when you know for a fact that those men were just as thick-headed as your husband when it came down to going to get food for their wives' cravings during pregnancy. In fact, while Nuria was pregnant with little Gideon, she got a craving for Jarrett's cheese and caramel popcorn that was all the way downtown. Lion did not want to go downtown just to get her some popcorn. Man, they had it out. I thought blood was going to be shed. Eventually, he went and got the popcorn, but that brother was not happy. And something very similar happened between Shlomo and Stormy. Now, Stormy girl is very gentle-natured, except during her pregnancy. She wanted a fruit salad from Tasty Arrangements. Shlomo, poor soul, had been in court all day. And when he got home, he did not want to go back out to get a fruit salad from Tasty Arrangements. He told her there was fruit in the kitchen and for her to go and arrange it to her taste. Boy, would he do that for her. She cried and stamped her feet. She yelled at him. And anybody that knows Stormy know that yelling at somebody is completely out of her character. Needless to say, they ended up going for a little drive to Tasty Arrangements. I laughed at both of them women, both of my sisters. I told them that they were being nonsensical and they shouldn't play into all the cliches about pregnant women. Now, here I am with a strong craving for jerk chicken and nothing else will do. Now, y'all, let me tell you something about my husband. He really don't care if I get an attitude. My attitude won't move him. And he don't care if I cry, because he's a smooth talker. And eventually, he will talk me right out of my tears. That won't work with him. Now, what I'm about to say to him is going to make some of you look at me a little different. But I'm a desperate woman. And if I don't get Maxwell's jerk chicken dinner, I'm going to starve to death. So please don't stone me. Bae, I said in the phone, over his rapid Spanish. Bae, look, that's okay. I'll just see if my dad can pick some up for me. Your dad? He asked, speaking English again. I said, like it was no big deal. Forget I even bothered you. I know you're real busy with Lion and the boys fighting and talking war, so I'm sure my dad will have time for me. Oh, I was so ashamed of myself. The other end of the phone had gone quiet. Safia, he finally said. You do know I'm aware of what you're doing, right? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure you don't. I'll be there in a minute. Then the phone went dead. Now, I know that was horrible. And because of this competition that is going on between my dad and Gideon, I'm ashamed to say that method also works on my dad. I know I'm a horrible person. And I feel really bad for what I've done. However, an hour later, when Gideon, Monroe, and Wolf came through the door with jerk chicken dinners for all of us, I have forgiven myself. Anyway, it was that night, while I was eating the chicken, that my dad said something about my increase in appetite. Son, he said to Gideon, I don't know what it is about you, but ever since you've been coming around, my princess has been eating more. And I think I got it figured out. You're always bringing her food. And you're always taking her to get something to eat. Is that how you're courting her? You're trying to win her over through her stomach? Oh my goodness. Of course, this caused Monroe to lose it. He started laughing his head off because my dad had no idea how close to the truth he really was. As a matter of fact, I am, sir. That's exactly how I plan on achieving my goal. Through her stomach. I couldn't believe Gideon just said that. Monroe is dying now. I narrowed my eyes at Gideon. He winks at me. So yeah, as you can see, I'm running out of time. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure that the Imams and the Kotis that came over to the house to fellowship on the Shabbat, know the truth and know I'm pregnant. No doubt they probably knew who the father was as well, especially since Gideon wasn't even pretending to be okay with other guys courting me. Nah, not even a little. Poor Aki Yaakov. He was resilient, if nothing else. A few Shabbats ago, he brought me flowers. I went to reach for them, and Gideon just takes them out of the ox's hand. Nope, was all he said. Aki Yaakov looked like he was going to say something, but then Gideon turns to face him full on, and all the wind just leaves the poor ox saying, "You know what, man? You need to work on your manners," Yaakov tells Gideon. "And you know what? You need to work on your sight and your ability to comprehend what you see." "She," he nods his head towards me, "is mine, Ak. Move around, brother." He folded his big arms across his chest. "You see, I'm trying to be the shepherd, but if you keep sniffing around my woman, you're gonna make me the wolf." My hands flew to my mouth. I couldn't believe he had just said that to Yaakov, who then turns and storms out the kitchen. I went to follow him, but Gideon puts his hand around my waist, stopping me. Wait, Miha, don't leave yet. Just watch this. Watch he go and tell. Biting my lip so I wouldn't laugh. I watch, and sure enough, Yaakov goes to my dad and does just that. Tells on Gideon. Come on, babe. That's who you was thinking about marrying? The dude who go and tell? Really? That's what you want in a man? I looked up at him, trying not to give him the pleasure of laughing at his madness. First of all, I was not going to ever marry him. Gideon held his lips to the side. You know how people do when they don't believe what you're saying. You know, before I came into your life, you was attracted to the sensitive type. Don't front. Look, it ain't nothing wrong with being sensitive and being in touch with your female side. He looked down at me if I was crazy. Being in touch with your female side? What the shit? I put my hand over his mouth. Do they still call those kind of men gay, or? I shook my head. As a matter of fact, they don't. They call them metrosexuals. Metro, he began, but my dad came through the door. Monroe with him with a huge smirk on his face. Hey, Dad, you in here picking on Aki Yaakov again, he said, causing Gideon to chuckle, and my dad to look at him with an unapproving look. What kind of example are you setting for your son? My dad asked. Gideon scratched his beard. Sir, you did give me permission to court your daughter, correct? I gave you permission to court my daughter. I did not give you permission to chase off the competition, though. Well, sir, you got to ask yourself the question. If the competition can be chased off, is that the man you really want to guard and protect your only daughter? My dad opened his mouth to speak, but he must have thought about getting his words because he shut it again. Then he narrowed his eyes at him before pointing at him. I got my eye on you, he told him. Gideon nodded. Yes, sir. Also, sir, I took the liberty of drawing up some plans for your man cave that we talked about the other day for the basement. When the Shabbat over, I'll show you what I came up with. My dad smiled big. Just like that, he was no longer thinking about Aki Yaakov's complaint. As he and my father spoke, Gideon put his fist behind his back where Monroe was standing. And do you know they did a fist bump? I shook my head. Man. So, you can see how I'm running out of time, okay? The next day, while I was at my own home, goodness, Monroe calls me up to his room. "What's up, man?" I say as I come in. "Sit, Ima, I gotta show you something." I sit down on his bed, smiling at his strange behavior. He looks out his door to make sure no one is coming down the hall. Then he shuts the door, before going to his closet and disappearing in it. When he reappears, he is holding a work of art in his hand, a guitar, and it is beautiful. It is the color of pearl, very sleek and feminine. Inscribed across the bottom in beautiful cursive handwriting was "My Songbird." Wow, it was beautiful. "Oh, Monroe, it's amazing." I reached out my hand to trace the sleek curves. I had never seen a guitar like this. "Who is it for?" He smiled. "It's a gift. I had it made for Ty." Ty is what everybody called an attire. I looked at him. "Oh my goodness, Monroe. How much did you pay for this?" He looked down at his gym shoe before scratching that little beard of his the way his dad does all the time. "Yeah, so that's what I need to talk to you about." I frowned. "What do you mean?" "I need you to talk to my dad for me. Because when he find out what I spent on this, he's not gonna understand." "Monroe, where did you get the money?" "I didn't steal it or nothing. It's my money. It's my savings." "Oh, whew." I sat back relieved. "Well, how much of your savings did you spend?" He looked down at his gym shoe again. I might have spent all of it." I sat up. "All of it? How much is all of it?" His eyes went back down to them shoes before he held up 2 fingers. "Oh, okay, that's not bad. I mean, yeah, you can't expect to get, a nice guitar like that without at least paying $200. That's a good price. Especially if you had it handmade. Goodness, that's a deal." He shook his head slowly. A real guilty look spread across his face. "1,000, he said. I jumped up off the bed. "You spent $2,000 on a guitar for a 12-year-old girl? Dude!" He held his head down, shaking it. I know, and my dad is gonna kill me." "Your dad and her dad? Boy, Hannah, what are you thinking?" "She told me she wanted to learn how to play a guitar. So I went to try to find her one. But I didn't see none that was perfect, you know what I mean? So then I went to talk to a guy, and we sat down and we sketched out the perfect one. When he told me how much it was gonna cost, I didn't think twice. I just bought it." I sat back down on the bed. How in the world was I gonna explain this to his dad? "Monroe, what are you gonna do, sweetie? What's going on with you? Ty's only 12. Carefully, he laid the guitar back in its beautiful case before coming and sitting in the chair that was at his desk. "I don't know, Ima. I know she's 12, and I don't like her like that, but I can feel it. She feels like she's mine, you know what I mean?" I nodded because Monroe had never opened up to me like this, and I didn't want to discourage him from talking to me. "Yeah, I understand. So, you need me to explain this to your dad?" He put his hands together. "Will you, please?" "Yeah, I'll take care of your dad. But, how you gonna get that past lying?" He smiled. That joker grin was back on his face. "No problem. I'll just wait till him and my dad are fighting and just slide past him and sneak it to her." Yeah, good luck with that, I said, chuckling. He stood. Now look, Iman, I'm a warrior of Yah. I need a blessing. The next day, I invited Nuria over for lunch. If my boy was going to get that gift past Lion, we were going to need some reinforcements. And it just so happened I had a taste for some of Nuria's famous mac and cheese. I love my sister. When I called her and told her I had a craving for her cheesy delicacy, she didn't even bat an eye. A few hours later, she was walking through my door with that goodness. I told her what Monroe had done as I knocked out 2 whole bowls back to back. She shook her head. Lion is going to have a fit, she said. I know, so is Gideon, but Monroe needs us to run interference. She frowned. What? You're not worried about him, are you? She shook her head. No, not at all. I watch him with Ty. He's never inappropriate anything. In fact, he's very protective of her. You know, sometimes we like to pick on her. Don't let him do that in front of Monroe. I mean, that boy would football tackle him to the ground. It's not that, you know. It's just that. What? I asked, putting my hand on hers to encourage her to continue. Some of the things he tells Ty, it's just a little, I don't know, strange. Like what? Well, he told her that when she sings, she makes all the bad spirits go away. And she turned the hidden world around us into the most beautiful light he had ever seen. He told her that before her, he had only seen gray. What does that mean? I asked. She shrugged. I have no idea. But whenever she sings, he's always somewhere close by. And he looks around at something that we can't see, but he has such just a peaceful look on his face. She shook her head. He also told her that when she got older, they were going to be married. What, girl? Nuria nodded. But Anataya don't want to marry him. Really? I asked, surprised. Dawid and Monroe attracted all kinds of young ladies to the gym. Lion and Gideon was getting so fed up with it, they had taken to running them off. But it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't do no good. Because a few minutes later, another group would come. And they would just sit there and giggle and gaggle until them boys paid them some attention. Yeah, she says he's too handsome for her. And he was probably going to marry a model. She says that she is going to marry Benaiah. Benaiah? I asked, chuckling. Poor Benaiah. If she thought Monroe was too handsome, what was that saying about Benaiah's look? Nuria shook her head. Get this. Ty said Monroe told her that King and Wolf were not really animals. My eyes widened. What are they? I asked. Nuria looked me in the eye. According to Monroe, they're Malakim.